Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of UHS Presents. I'm your host Sarah, and Lori has that. Your hair looked super weird right then for a second. There was like a little, like you had little devil horns for a second there in the light. It was pretty fun.
I probably do.
Just hiding it with
They're
the bump.
natural. Yes.
I,
And today it's cold.
uh-huh. This is relatively universal now, which is fun.
I don't know. It seems like it's way colder than it's supposed to be for this time of year. I don't know if that's universal, but it's ridiculous.
Well, based on what you told me about what the temperature was yesterday, I'm gonna go with yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't actually know if it's normal for this time of year because I don't know what the fuck normal is anymore. It's always different. Every single year it's different. So I don't know. But
I don't know. Usually it's not like -10 until January here, so I don't
yeah,
like
no,
it.
that definitely is weird.
It's warmer today though, so maybe it'll stay that way. Hopefully. Hey, fish.
Hopefully. Hey, fish. Thanks for joining us. I'm having some issues here. Like I have like my eyes are all tired, and so I was like, I should probably wear my glasses, but they're glaring funny. They just won't, I guess. Anyway, yeah. So I have no amusing stories to tell today. So I guess we'll just do some UHS news. I guess we don't even have to because the whole show today is UHS news. But we can do like a quick recap on like updates on Sundering and Surgeon and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's a UHS barrage today, I guess. What are actual updates of current stuff?
Oh,
Surgeon
we're going to
files some
show you
kids
guys
with
stuff on
mouth.
Sundering, so we can hold that off till later.
Yeah,
We got some more Sundering stuff to show you.
yeah. Surgeon 5 is shipped. Uh, everybody's shipped, so that's good. What else? What the hell else have we been doing? Oh, Miss Medusa Paul is coloring the final page as we speak, and then we're going to get it lettered and printed, so it's very close to being done.
Ah, that'll be nice. That'll be because it's insane. This issue, like everybody always kind of has that thing where they're like, after if you get a good world building issue 1, and I had one person come to me at a convention a couple months ago, and they were like, yeah, I read it, and it was like, it was okay, I guess, but I don't know if I'm interested in the second one. I was like, yeah, but that was the world building one. You can't just quit after one issue. Now you know all the backstory.
There's a I feel like if you don't get Miss Medusa in the first issue, you might be a lost cause because it's like a very specific like Twin Peaksy kind of vibe, and if you don't get it, you don't get it kind of thing.
Yeah, if I remember right, I think it was because there wasn't enough action. They wanted action. They wanted, you know, and I was like,
yeah,
this is not a superhero comic, bro. This is not what you're. This might. If I have other selections that have a lot more violence, if that's what you're after, but that's not what this is.
yeah.
There's
Moments.
action. Yeah, there will be action. There is action, but like, this is not that. This comic is not a superhero comic. So if that's what you were after, you picked the wrong comic.
Yeah, yeah.
You were seduced by the beautiful cover art, I guess, but that's bullshit because all of our covers are amazing, so that doesn't fit either.
This is why we have like 7 different series to choose from. If you don't like one, just try another one. You'll probably like. If you should like one out of the 7.
And give us a few more months here, and there'll be even more. There's gonna be so much shit, and then like in a couple of years, we'll probably have 50. I don't. That seems excessive, but.
Well, I mean, I hope you guys are ready because today we're talking about more shit than people are probably expecting. So we have a lot of stuff coming up.
Yes. Yes, and thank you. Thank you, Fish. And speaking of badass ladies, we have more of those for guests tonight. We've got some UHS peoples. And I don't know. I invited like everybody, so we'll see who can come. I told them, we'll be on for this time. So if you, check and if we're still on, then you can come on. So we'll see. We'll see who shows up. But right
Might get some
now,
pop-ins.
yeah. For now, we do have. We'll just bring them on now because we have our friend D. Hi, D.
Hello.
And and we also have Katie here. And a dog leg. There's like just a foot. A dog foot hanging up.
Really a foot.
Yeah, he's kind of asleep here, so.
Whatever. I wish I could be that comfortable, like in anything ever.
Me too.
That'd be
I'm
fun.
jealous.
It's probably going to just get feet appearing in front of me. He likes sleeping on his back, so. Or he might just
Sometimes.
disappear.
Sometimes.
Depends on the mood. Depends on the mood.
Fish said, "What's up, D?" Javon said, "Evening, ladies. Where's my invite?" I forgot.
Hi, Fish.
There's too many people. There's too many people to remember. I need like a database of everybody. But if you want to come, I'll send you an invite. If you want to come chat about stuff.
Just need a big whiteboard like Cabin in the Woods where it's everyone's names and then like Murder Unicorn and stuff like that.
Right. Right.
If we do like a conspiracy, can we make it a conspiracy theory board? Because I have this sparkly yarn. It's red, but it's got sparkles in it. Eh?
We have to do the meme then. Or the...
Yeah, but you
No,
got.
I mean,
There's
obviously,
Sylvia.
that's a given.
That's what that. Oh, don't get me started.
You've got
He's
too
my
many
spirit
cats who
animal,
are like that, Sarah. It's just that cats and string, yarn.
Yeah, that's fair. But I could. I mean, they're lazy, so if I put it up high enough, then it'll be fine. Maybe. J-Man's here too. So what's up, ladies? Thanks for joining us.
Hello.
Hi. Oh wait, you can see one of his legs. It's his back leg.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it's just like
Yeah. At first, I was just like, "What the fuck is wrong with that pillow back there?" And I was like, "Wait, that's not a pillow."
it looks like so uncomfortable.
Therein lies the issue. Yeah, I'm starting to think. See, now I already committed to the hat like 4 hours ago, and my hair looks like shit underneath it, so I can't just take it off. But now
It's a good look, though.
it's to get itchy. Yeah, thank you. I thought it would look cute too. Like, and Jeff had the balls to come out here and go, "What's with the hat?"
It
What's
is
with
good
your
on you.
face, Jeff?
It's
with your
40
face?
degrees in here. That's what the hat's for.
Exactly.
The hat looks awesome.
It does.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm the one with the ratty scrunchy, no face on, and my creepy looking grandma hospital robe because I'm cold.
Well, I
We're all
mean,
cold.
seeing as we threw this whole thing together, like what, 8 hours ago, maybe. I appreciate that you were even able to come.
No, it was
Because-
meticulously planned and organized. What are you talking about?
Yes.
Well, I tried to put on my dressing gown earlier, but the look that Spot gave me because he's laid on it, I can't.
I've never seen a dog give a person a side eye like the one that he gave. Like Katie tried to put her
Yeah,
dressing
that
gown,
was-
and he was like full side eye. Like, you're moving
Yeah, that was
this
pretty
while I'm
intense.
on top of it. This is unacceptable.
He's
Yeah,
got a
the
very
dog-
expressive face.
It's amazing.
Dog could call you an asshole. That's what happened. That's definitely what that was. So, okay. Well, we have a bunch of art to talk about, and we have a bunch
Kitty.
of stories and shit to talk about. And what do you want, Kitty? She won't leave me alone. There. She keeps sticking her claws in my ass. So, yeah, we've got art, we've got some stories, we've got updates, we've got all kinds of fun stuff to talk about, and I feel like we should just jump right in and let Dee talk as much as she wants about your book, because that's my favorite one that's coming out this year. I think. I mean, they're all my favorite. It's hard to tell, but the point is you're actually here to talk about it right now. So let's talk about it.
Yeah. Let's
Oh yeah,
start with-
I have a comment.
Yay!
Well, the comic book, it's called Finding D. It's I started it back in 2017 as an online weekly comic. It's been running ever since. I always describe it as the misadventures of trying to make it in comics, and all while, God, I am not informed tonight. But,
It's
you know,
okay.
you're trying to make it in
tell
comics.
you were going to be talking about your book, so
I'm very off my game. It's the misadventures of what it's like trying to break into comics and make it as while coming out as transgender in your 40s, which is just so much fun. Yeah, it began as a blog that was like it very quickly turned into, hey Ryan, a very angry blog very quickly. All I was doing was ranting and pissing and moaning about everything that angered me that day. And it was very negative. And so the idea I had, after tons of people were like going, oh, Dee, you should make a comic about, you being trans, and you should make a comic about that. I'm like, fine, I'll make a fucking comic about it. Because then I could take these experiences that I was having, which, originally there was, a good degree of negative experiences and all the stuff you'd expect, and find punchlines for them, find humor in these situations by forcing myself into that strip format, where I'm not doing one of those maudlin melancholy strips where the last panel is just me with a single tear. Like, I'm always trying to make sure that there's still a punchline in there. And by virtue of making it so that cartoon me could find the humor in these situations, it was kind of a therapeutic comic. It helped me find the humor in the situations, and it helped me deal with them better, to where it's, these days the comic strip is more about the comic books that I work on, and we got two new cats, and the fact that our dog wears a diaper because of anxiety peeing, and it's just about everyday life strip with
it's about the trans agenda, right?
Oh, it's absolutely about the trans agenda. I'm working very hard. I drug frogs, and then I released the frogs into the ecosystem, and the frogs disseminate the trans chemicals into the local drinking water.
Right.
Now, every now and again, the frogs get caught, and then I just have to kill whoever discovered the frogs and then bury their bodies in our expansive backyard. It's perfectly normal.
And now you're writing a webcomic about it.
Yes. It's called Finding D, not the bodies.
Oh shit. I haven't seen any frogs in the comic yet, though. I'm a little disappointed. I'm not gonna lie.
You're not supposed to see the frogs, Sarah.
Right.
Yeah, I suppose.
The comic is a distraction from the frogs.
God damn it, I'm going in the wrong direction. I was trying so hard, and my brain went dyslexic, and I was trying to do this.
Yeah.
That would have made more sense.
Every time. Yes.
Okay, so
I'm addressing our chat window.
You're watching the commenters, I guess. They're over there on my screen over there.
While you're watching on YouTube, please watch the following videos afterwards. The recommendations would be right about here.
Fish says, I did the same thing with my Tourette's Life comic back in the day. Made it a lot easier to cope with my Tourette's when I could laugh at it.
Yeah, it was good therapy to kind of work my way through those things, to where it's there's something to be said for that exposure therapy idea of the more you deal with something, the easier it gets over time. And the less you deal with something, the more it turns into the insurmountable beast. And rather than just rant and rave and piss and moan, I'd give my cartoon version a solution. And let cartoon me stress about these things and figure these things out. So then next time I'm going to the movies and I got to go pee during the middle of the movie, I'm not stressing out as much.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There's some amazingly funny pages in it, though.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm very excited
Yes.
for people to read
I
it.
have run the gamut of emotions with what I have, because I've read quite a bit of it now, and you get all the feels. I got all the feels from it. It just happened. It's gonna be a great book for everybody. Okay, so there's a specific subset of society that isn't going to read this, and I'm aware of that, but we don't care about those people anyway. Everybody else is going to love the book. It's
Maybe they'll buy it to burn it.
Right.
I don't care what they do with it after they buy it. They can go ahead and burn it if they want to. That's fine by me. As long as they buy it. That's the important
We'll
thing.
sell we'll sell signed books of matches as part of the Kickstarter.
There you go. Did you see the wheels start turning in Lori's head there? She's like,
No.
That's actually great.
Javon, that's a great question. They are not related, but we've been making lots of jokes that we work so closely with multiple fish, and it wasn't intentional. It happens.
It was, yeah. We'll get more fish eventually, I'm sure.
I've got another D, so I've got Fishly, D Fish, and Visitor D, and there's so many D's. It's like I'm just getting so
Vampire
confused.
Hunter D.
Yes.
Which
I backed that.
that was
didn't
my
I?
very first anime. When I was
I backed a comic
9.
version of it, so I've not looked at it yet. I need to actually look at what I've downloaded.
We've gotten on a whole thing about making D puns with everything related to D's book.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think
It's been
she's
quite
getting tired of
it's
us.
been fun.
It's occasionally disheartening.
You're right.
We have, but yeah, this aside from obviously the strip's been out now for years. It runs weekly. It's a black and white comic strip, but beyond that, I mean, I guess we could also talk about what it is we're doing, because we really haven't addressed that at full. I mean, we did last time, but there were specific factors involved that were not here before that we could talk about. I'm pointing the right direction this time.
Yes.
You are. As a matter of
Let
fact.
me tap you on your shoulder.
The
Hi, Katie.
dog leg is in the way.
Yeah. Oh no, he's
Yeah,
not
it's
actually in his
not.
back at the moment. So.
Oh. Aw.
So, yeah, let's talk about that then.
Yeah, I mean, from my point of view, it's just getting to watch these old strips that, the artwork. I'm like, yeah, they look great now. It's the cartoonist's thing. I drew it 7 years ago. Some of these strips, so I'm kind of like, I'm nervous, but oh my God, Katie is kicking so much ass and making these things look like they were drawn with much more competency.
Oh, thank you.
So I love getting to see them like they're brand new.
Yeah, well, it was one of these things where it was like Sarah was like, "Oh, do you fancy having a go at colouring some comics? I'll give you these pages and you can have a go." And then I coloured one. I was just like, "Oh, well, we'll see what Dee thinks. Whether you get the job." I was like, "Wait, what?"
In my defense, I didn't show it to D. I showed it to Lori. Lori showed it to D. We thought we were just practicing.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I mean,
that
in
was
retrospect,
literally-
not sorry, but
Yeah, that was
But yeah,
literally
I was
the
a little horrified. I
project
was like,
so-
"Oh shit! I didn't know she was gonna do that. I would have told you if that would happen. I would have known."
I'm not complaining.
But see,
It's been
Also,
great.
Lori never would have done that if she didn't also think they were fantastic. So it was gonna be fine.
Well, Lori showed me a couple of samples from different colorists. And I remembered you from we had done the one podcast together, and I was like, oh yeah, cool. That's, she's awesome. And I love the paintings and everything. But all the samples when I draw the strip, I don't delineate outlines around my eyes. They're kind of like old school Archie eyes. I just draw the pupil and then like the little eyelids at the top. I leave the eyes open. But the covers and all the color reference shows that I whiten in that. And Katie was the only colorist who did any of the samples who paid attention to the reference and how I did the eyes and sussed out how to do that without there actually being a delineated iris. It was just the pupil and the eyelid that I draw. Like it's a very simplified cartoony version of it. So that was like the first thing I noticed where I was like, yes, thinking. I was super excited because, you know, when you see that the colorist is looking at the reference and thinking about the process, little things like the rim lighting you put in on some of those strips where it was with the, like, you know, the laser hair removal strip where you added some of that cool green, that green rim lighting and, you know, some of the special effects and stuff.
I love
really
that
just
one.
busted it.
That was my favorite page.
Now, Katie, before we threw you in the deep end with coloring D strips, the deep end. We're writing them down. I'm writing them all down. So before that happened, excuse me, you hadn't done a lot of coloring of other people's work, right?
That was my first comic coloring. That practice page. It's the only one I'd ever done. Yeah, I have done, like, you know, obviously I've coloured in stuff before, but not comic stuff as such. But yeah, it's been an interesting learning process, and I've been doing quite a lot of different things since then. So
so I know that you did the anthology piece because we worked on that together.
I wasn't really colouring in though, as such.
Yeah, you were painting. You painted the whole thing basically. I mean, that was all your art. That was, I wrote the story. Katie wrote the story. I did letters and I retooled the layout. But like that was a lot of work for you. It was.
Yeah.
I feel like that was way more work for you than it was for me. Although I did beat my brains out a little bit to try and come up with a weird ending because I wanted it to have a good ending. It could have been happy or sad. It just didn't need to be a shitty ending like I originally had. So
yeah, it was. We left it on a bit of a cliffhanger. We should probably do another one.
Yeah, I'm on the fence about that because it was pretty freaking cool ending. So like, what the fuck? But also,
yeah. But I think with Morgan says he needs to know what happened. So,
So that was you doing all of the art though. So and this is your first comics coloring. And what did you do? You did some standalone pieces for I know for us in between, and then I know Morgan Iverson asked you to do a piece for him.
Yeah, I did a cover or something. Yeah, it was a cover.
Yeah, and then we just like threw you into being the colorist.
Yeah, something I wanted to add too is that I'm trying to think of how to put it into words. So Katie's, you know, and she's an expert painter. She's been painting forever, and
award-winning.
There's award-winning too, right? And there's something cool to working with someone who is new to coloring but isn't at the same time, because you're open to kind of input about, like, you're open to collaborating with Dee, and it's not like, well, I've been coloring comics for 20 years, so I'm gonna color them the way I fucking want to.
Yeah.
it's you're not locked into that. And I think that's been really good for working on this book and on Medusa, because they're just, you know, they're wildly different styles and they're different techniques, and being open to that instead of just having the one style, I think is actually a huge advantage for you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know what I'm doing, so I'm quite happy for input. Well, I kind of do now, but yeah.
But it works. Like you, I am so, like, to this day, after doing this for, like, I've been assisting Lori. I feel that's probably the best way to describe what I do is like I assist Lori when she has shit she needs help with. I assist. But when I've been doing that since like 2015, 2016. I've been helping out in some capacity, and I continue to be blown away by the number of colorists who are like, I've been doing this for X number of years, so you can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me how to do it. And it's like, you know, even when the creators are sitting back going, but it's my comic.
Yeah.
And so it's really cool that you already have you have your experience, you have your knowledge on how to do it, and amazing with light and color and stuff. Like I keep saying, you're amazing with light.
It's what the client wants. You got to, you know, it's their like their baby. You know, you got to do what the way that they want you to do it.
Yeah, that's what blows me away.
At least have some flexibility. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't be a dick about it. But
no.
And there are other stuff. There are other things that are in the works here that Katie's going to be helping on. Like I don't foresee us running out of stuff for Katie to do anytime in the near future. So
yeah, until she gets sick of us.
I don't know. She and I have been friends for like 10 years sometime. And like she's still not tired of me, so I feel like she has a very strong she has a high threshold for irritation is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
We should show off the cover for D's.
Oh yeah, we did show we showed it last week for a minute, but yes. Here we go. How freaking cute is that?
Yep, that's the main cast is still largely focused on me, my partner Heidi, and our dog Poe. And you know, we really wanted with this cover. It's an homage to the Greg and Tim Hildebrandt Star Wars poster, the original Star Wars poster. You know, and it was a neat way to showcase the features of the relationship, of my nature being trans. I'm a cartoonist, you know, the nerd stuff that we love, and try to get all that into one image in a way that hopefully people will really dig, you know?
I don't know how you could have done it better. This is amazing.
Yeah.
And freaking plaid on your shirt there, and it looks so natural, and that is such a bitch to do right. And it looks exactly it looks great, and like it's such a pain in the ass to do. I avoid it. If I have a thing that has plaid, I'm just not coloring that. I'm not gonna do plaid. I'll just do it in a lighter version of whatever the main color is. But you pulled it off. Like I can clearly see that that's meant to be plaid.
Thank you. I've a couple of times in the strip, I've done the thing where I'll go on to Google or go to like a free stock photo site and grab a plaid pattern. I'll just drop it in flat. I kind of hate that technique though. And I've got to draw it so I can model it around the cuffs and model it around the chest and, you know, all my various lumps.
Yeah, it looks great.
And try to model it as best as possible.
It looks amazing.
Thank you.
I just saw someone pop in here, but we don't. There. Oh, we got loaded.
See if
it's loaded.
Will the connection hold?
We'll see.
Is it working?
Hi,
Is
Matt.
it working?
It's the middle
Is it
of the
working?
day. There we go.
Hi.
Hello.
I can hear you. You're doing.
Can you hear me?
I'm just
Okay,
going to have to just disappear for a second because, the very, very old dog is wanting to go out. So I'll be back in a second.
You got it.
Of course, I chased Katie off almost immediately. Hi, everybody.
Hi. Now there's a new person I need to work on where I have to do my Brady Bunch head replacement where it's like, hi, Lori.
Yes.
Katie's gone. I've been doing that the whole time you're talking. Like Katie will be talking and I'll just be like,
love it.
Hey, Lori, are you thirsty? Have some water.
Oh, thank you. No shit, I can.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't do it right.
We
I give
gotta.
up.
I'm gonna start putting little I'm gonna put Post-it notes around my studio.
Yeah.
So it's like we're doing green. God, years ago. This is 25, almost 30. Oh, God, no, it's over 30 years ago now. Oh God, I'm old. I went to Universal in Florida back when I was in high school. And they used to have this thing called the Star Trek Adventure, where you'd dress up in the old movie costumes and you'd sit on a blue screen stage and read lines that were on big cards on the wall with next to tape markers, and it lined up with pre-existing footage. So I have to do that in there. And if you're really industrious, you can find my old video on YouTube. Pre-transition.
Ooh.
Nice.
Of me overacting.
Let's see if I can get the. Okay,
And for
so
some reason, I have this weird nervous tick that I do a lot where I'm chewing the inside of my mouth, and I do it 30 times in this stupid 10-minute video, and I'm just sitting there
Oh man.
Now I understand that one completely. Matt, I know you have a limited amount of time, so I don't wanna. I wanna be able to talk to you a little bit here before you have to go.
Yeah, that's okay. I appreciate that. I'm tuning in from Tokyo. It's about just after 10:30 a.m. Here, and got up, had breakfast at a reasonable hour, and now we're about to head out for an hour and a half of train rides to get to a place called Nagayama, way outside of the city. But yeah, so I just wanted to check in, and because y'all were doing a live stream, I'm like, ooh, I can put everything on hold for that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, so obviously we're talking about what we're doing next year and what the future UHS stuff. Now we just kickstarted the most recent Miss Medusa, and I know in our previous live streams we did talk about what the future holds for Miss Medusa but we can talk about a little bit about that now, and then anything else you want to talk about too, because you got a lot of shit going on pretty much all the time.
Well, I will have to make it a little quick because we're kind of walking out the door.
Yeah, as much time as you have.
That's fine. Well, I mean, I really appreciate all the support and everybody, showing up for Medusa 2. That was fantastic. I was really happy that happened. And, obviously we're now in talks for Medusa 3, not entirely sure, when that shoe's going to drop, but we're figuring it out. Going to be starting working on it soon. In addition, there is something else that I'm working on with UHS that is very exciting. I don't want to give too much away, but I've been, come on, Matt. I've been teasing it on Twitter, and other sites that aren't currently exploding. Because for years people have been saying, Matt, when are you going to do your own kaiju-centric story? When are you going to do your own thing? And the right idea just has never come along. It's always been a challenge to be well, nothing's stuck out to me, because you don't just want to make your own Godzilla. You don't just want to make your own insert popular monster here and just I have a lot of admiration for the people who avoid doing that, who manage to avoid just making their own Godzilla. So instead, I managed to cobble together enough ideas to have a solid original concept. And if all, unless anything catastrophic happens, I get kicked in the head by a horse, hopefully there will be more solid announcements for it in the coming year through the good people at UHS. So I'm very excited about that.
You heard it here first, guys. Very exciting. We can't tell you very
excited.
much, but you heard it here first.
Yeah. I'm always terrified of accidentally spoiling shit, so I'm just you know what? I'll let you guys tell me what you want to talk about.
Just kind of dancing around it. Dancing around
it's
it.
enough for me to know that it's pretty exciting, and it's people are gonna freak out. I know it. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Everything we do is amazing.
It's true though. Well, that was my Matt Frank nugget. So
you're not actually is there danger? Is there horses in this place that you're going? Like, is there danger of you getting kicked in the head by a horse today? Because
I can't
it was
guarantee.
very specific.
I can't guarantee I won't be near high explosives. That's actually not me joking. And I can't guarantee that like something won't fall on me. I'm going to a weird place, but it's cool. I'll send pictures. But yeah, but Caston's been buzzing around the Airbnb, getting everything ready. So say hi, Caston.
Hi.
Oh, here, I'll get
Hi,
you in frame.
Caston.
Oh God. Hey, hi. Yay. All
She's
righty.
always so sparkly.
Always sparkles. All the sparkles. Damn it. Okay. All right, but I'm gonna go. But good luck with the stream, y'all, and I will be in touch later.
We'll be hearing from Matt again in the near
Yes.
future. So thank you for dropping in.
You got it. Y'all have fun. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, now Katie's back.
just in
okay,
time for
now
Katie.
I can't.
I'm not
I
avoiding you, I
can't work
swear.
like this. I can't work like this.
No, I'm not avoiding that. It's yeah, dementia dog. He's needing to go out. He was You can't ignore a 16-year-old dog's bladder.
No.
That's fair.
That's shit we do for that's the stuff that we do for our pets. Like I just told Lori about today. I had to take my geriatric cat to the vet last week, and I got the really expensive old guy blood panel and stuff. And it comes with a fecal. You can get the fecal exam done. And I was like, oh, good, poop. And like for the past week, we've been trying to catch this old bastard taking a dump. And I finally caught him today. And I literally stuck my hand into the litter box and picked up a hot turd and stuck it in this little tube with a spoon. And that is the kind of things that we do because we love our stupid asshole animals who don't do anything to return the
They're
favor.
children.
They are.
It's not this dog who wanted to go out, it's the other one.
I mean, honestly, I've become really weak stomached since I stopped. I grew up on a farm. Like there's some seriously gross shit has happened to me in my life just from that, and I've turned into such a weakling when it comes to gross stuff anymore. So like that super grossed me out, and it's like, no, literally, you've been pooped on by animals that are 10 times your size. Why are you grossed out about that? It's. I grew up on a farm. There were cows and horses and pigs and goats, and they do disgusting stuff. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean that dog is now 16, so he does what he wants to do. His dementia's got into the stage that like he wanted to go out the other day, and me and my dad were dismantling like a range cooker, the big double cookers in the conservatory, and the door was on the other side of it, and he just went straight through the frame of it. He just did not care. He just waded through the cables and all all of the half.
Whatever. So I'm too old for this shit. I'm too old to wait for permission.
Right. Yeah.
So, well, we can talk more about Dee's books. We are 40 minutes in, so we should probably gloss over the other ones, and then we'll go back to Dee. Does that sound like a plan?
Yep.
Let's do that.
Works for me.
Because you're gonna have the whole live stream to talk about your book when we actually launch it. So we'll have then you can start preparing now with more deep.
Yes.
But what's next? Okay, what's coming up like the soonest? Besides D, I don't know when we're launching any of this shit. I don't pay attention. Yes,
the Sundering would be the next in the list, so we can show off some more of that.
We got stuff for the Sundering. I've got, in no particular order here, I've got art. This is Mooney's, I can tell.
So that's a new piece that Mooney did for us.
Oh wow!
It's
yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's awesome.
So good. And I know this character in the middle here, I cannot remember her name, but she's got a whole page about, actually they all do, don't they? They all got a whole description about them, so.
These are all specific like NPCs or characters from various adventures in the in this first book.
Yeah, and you will hear about
this
them.
chessboard is also in this first book.
So cool. So cool.
Spoiler alert, I guess.
Okay. Next couple of pieces. I got 2 pieces on here, and one of them is from Katie, and one of them is from John, right?
No, that's Kion. So,
Katie.
Wow! I hadn't seen that.
You want to tell us about the fun that making a burning angel was?
Oh yeah, I mean, like I love drawing feathers on fire for like days. Yeah, I mean, I live near the sea, like a lot, about 3 miles from the sea, so the seascape was no problem for me at all. But the angel was fun. I was trying to get him to look as big as he is as well, because he's supposed to be like enormous, like of gigantic proportions. I think he's a god.
He is, yeah. So he's hundreds of feet tall, which is hard to convey.
Yeah, there's nothing for context with that. Like, there's no other
No,
people or
I
anything.
put a bit of the I put a bit of the reflections of the flames on the water underneath, so you can kind of see a little bit of orange. Try and make it look like that's sort of reflecting a bit as he's going down. But, it's been interesting.
I know it was a challenge, but it turned out so good. It's another one of these ones where you guys are gonna shit your pants when you see it in the book itself, and I don't even know how big this one's gonna be, but it doesn't matter because it's still amazing.
I just love it there.
Wow.
And yeah, the bear is by an artist named Kion Luong. He did a couple pieces in this book. He's from Vietnam. Awesome. This piece is just so fucking ridiculous. When we went through kind of the manuscript to choose art assets, I read the description of this bear and I was like, it would be stupid to not have art of this. Like, it's just ridiculous. So you'll get to find out why there's a very confused flying bear when you play.
I did actually nearly choose that one myself, but I'm so glad I didn't, because that is brilliant. I love it.
It's being chased by the hunters that pluck its wings to create Charmin.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Moving on. Okay, now I know these are John's.
Yeah, so these two
art is insane.
The one on the left is actually a work in progress, which like you probably can't tell, and he'll probably kill me for posting it. But I was like, you can't tell it's a work in progress. It's fucking awesome.
He got paid.
Yeah. These are both John Kutzer. So we're trying to kind of showcase. We have 5 artists working on this. Is it 5? And I wanted to showcase a couple of pieces from each because they're all different styles, but like they all mesh together really well, and it's awesome. And John's doing a bunch of the cameo art and the NPC art, and I thought this mind render that he did was just absolutely nuts. Like,
yeah, it's so beautiful in a weird sort of way.
Right, it's like the ugliest creature ever, but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even. I'm very conflicted about all the art that I see because I'm like, I want like a 11 by 14 or something of all of them to hang on the wall, and I'm gonna run out of wall space.
Well, you might get out of the dragon. The dragon's big enough for that.
We could wrap the fucking house in the dragon. That one's pretty big.
Yeah.
And speaking of dragons, I've got some dragons from Ryan here too, which we saw last week a little.
Oh, I love them.
And these are kind of the final fleshed out versions of the 2 dragons. He's working on another 2 as we speak.
They're so pretty. I love the purple one especially.
The purple one is more bam with the colors right away, but I just really, really, really love the green dragon.
Oh yeah. Oh no, the green dragon's amazing too, but I love the big horns on the purple one.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is that I'm finding so captivating about the green dragon. It's because like the purple one is obviously the one that my eye was drawn to first, but the green dragon. Ugh.
They're both, yeah. Ryan's style really lends itself to this. Like, it's very unique and it's super colorful, and I think it works really well for D&D. And yeah, I think our book's going to be the best D&D book.
Yeah.
So
Hashtag
The
not
artwork that's
biased.
coming out is amazing. Like,
Oh yeah.
so good.
Oh yeah. They do. They look amazing.
Sorry about the
I'm very
barking.
excited to see it. Like, I wish that it was already printed and mailed to us like yesterday, because I'm just dying to see this thing in print. I am.
it's
dying.
almost done. We just got to lay it out. I'm going to be
Very
finished
close.
editing the manuscript today, actually. So then
Oh,
we got
shit,
to lay
really?
the book out. Yeah.
I just assumed that was gonna take the rest of your life. I didn't know.
Yeah.
It just seemed like it was going to be a very long job, and so for you to say that it actually has an end that you can see is a little bit shocking.
It does.
Really weird
Yes.
thinking about it having an end point because we've been working on it for so long.
Yes. It's the text for the book is a 300-page manuscript. And I have about 30 pages to go, so I should finish today. And it's going to be awesome. I'm so excited to lay it out with the art. It's going to look insane.
Yeah, and like this is first of many D&D books. I hope. I think big learning experience, much different from doing comics, but really fun, really interesting. Like I still know pretty much nothing about D&D, but I know a lot more now, and it's been a really fun experience for me.
Yeah,
I think
you guys are
somewhere in
going
there
to
is
see.
still gonna. But we were talking back when we were still doing the campaign. We were talking about doing a one-shot live stream to watch me make a fool of myself trying to figure out how to play D&D. So
Yeah,
I think
we'll have to
that's
do some
probably still
live-
going to happen sometime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
this
and we
is
have
fun.
some plans in the works for sure about bringing more of our series to D&D.
Mm-hmm.
And like we got to figure out a way to put D in D&D. Like there's got to be like a
Obviously,
like a
it's
D&D book.
D
Like,
and
there's
D and
gotta be
D.
a thing, right?
Yeah, no,
We'll
that
figure it
definitely has
out.
to be a thing.
I mean, I am a very experienced D&D player. I have played twice back in 1980, whatever. I am tremendously experienced. I had like 4 books, but I mostly just had them because the covers were awesome and we found them in a thrift store.
So much
But I-
art.
It was one of those great things where it's like, you know, oh, you were so nerdy. How could you never play D&D? I was like, you need a second person, and I did not have a lot of friends.
Well, I've just started my first campaign, so we had to pick models from a random box of bits. So this is a Lord of the Rings model that's painted up as a throw. So he's my
Oh,
first.
there you go.
character.
Aw.
He's not supposed to have
Cool.
a spear, but yeah, he's.
I do.
They're finding out I'm very unlucky with dice rolls. So again, and so is everybody who sits next to me for some reason.
Oh, it's contagious.
I know.
I've been
I'm
offered
hoping
a
that
couple.
the Sundering dice break that trend.
Yeah.
And they'll
Let's
be
hope
lucky
so.
for you.
Well, my rogue has only passed one of his stealth checks so far, so he's not doing so good.
Your
Yeah.
rogue? That's...
Yeah, he'd failed his stealth checks, and the 175-pound dwarf managed to actually beat him and did a successful stealth roll. This guy is like 4'9" and 79 pounds, and so yeah, the dwarf who's practically spherical actually beat him at the stealth. So yeah, it's not great so far.
You're cursed.
I'm just picturing a dwarf literally rolling in the background now, and it's like, it's so stealthy. It's just a tumbleweed. No, pay it no mind.
It's just clanking the whole time he's rolling. It's fucking...
Clank out, clank.
Yeah.
Screaming in Scottish accent.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've been offered a couple of opportunities to play online games, and at this point, I'm just like, I want to wait and make sure that if the Sundering one shot is going to actually happen, because it's tough to get everybody's schedules to align, and we'll do that, but like it might be a while, and so I'm like, I just kind of want to hold out and have that be the first one that I do, because that just seems like it'd be more fun. Although I am a little bit like I'm also on one hand I'm like willing to let everybody see what an idiot I am and how I don't know what I'm doing on this, but also a little self-conscious because everybody else knows a lot more about this than I do.
I am lucky in that the aside from with Finding D, I have that other webcomic that I draw, Giant Girl Adventures, that a friend of mine writes, Sabrina Pandora, and it's based on one of her. The issue I've been working on for a year and a half it's an issue. It's about 200 pages now.
Issue
is based on one of her old D&D campaigns. So I've never played really more than like 1.5 games, because I was playing with my older brother and he just killed my character to get rid of me right away. But so I've had to research and reference all of this stuff, and I'm like, Mimic. Okay, Mimic. Yeah, okay, that's what that is. Cool, I can draw that. That'll be funny. My
party is already turning into murder hobos. So
Jesus.
Yeah, we'll have to do a campaign. We should do a live campaign. That'll be fun, even if we do a short one.
It'll be very fun.
In my campaign, we rolled for the attributes, and out of 6 of us, 4 of us are cowards, which is going to be fun.
Nice. Interesting adventuring group. Yeah. Okay. So we don't have very much time left. We better move on. What should we talk about next here? What would you like to talk about next, Lori?
Elsewhere in Power Broker.
Are you
would
asking
be the next...
me or telling me?
We got to talk about all of it, but yeah, Elsewhere next, I guess.
I believe what we have for art for Elsewhere is a whip of the cover. Like right now, that's what we're going to show you here next. So first peek.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Oh, wow.
I love the colors that she used on this. This is Javier Argandona. I'm terrible at Spanish. But she's amazing. This is a work in progress. The screens are going to all have elements from the stories on them. When we decide which stories are accepted into the anthology, which will be happening the end of this year. We will have stories from Mr. Fish over in the comments, and hopefully one from D Fish as well. We have in this volume, and we're gonna have John Pence has a story. We have a lot of good shit.
I'm trying to get one pulled out of my ass here, but it turns out that I am in the middle of a very bad everything I do sucks phase, so we'll see. I had a lot of fun doing mine last year, so I had fun doing it last year. I feel like I get like that unspoken extra time, which is mean, but I mean I do help, so it's rude, but it's a thing. It's like what is the it's not nepotism because that's family, right?
Right.
But the other thing. Anyway, yeah, I'm trying and I'll see, but don't be surprised if you don't see that in there.
And if you guys are submitting, you have a couple weeks left before the official deadline. So if you were planning on submitting, you should get people in the comments should get their entries in. But yeah, we have a really amazing roster. It's going to be ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Just
contemplating if it isn't ever like it's always so good, but it's going to be extra good this time. I don't know because it's new.
Yeah, we were actually I think I can kind of talk about it. I was actually approached by someone who wrote he wrote a story back in the day, and Gene Day drew it. And he approached us and he was like, I talked to Gene Day's widow and she gave me permission to publish this. And it's incredible. The art is incredible. If you guys aren't familiar with Gene Day, you should look him up. Incredible Canadian artist. And so that's going to be in Elsewhere. And I'm really excited and humbled that they would ask us to put it in because he's kind of a big deal. So
it was, wow.
Very exciting.
I mean, and he passed away like 40 years ago?
40 years ago? Yeah. So it's a really, it's
very, he's been sitting on this for a long time.
It's an antique.
Yeah. Hey, it's vintage. It's not an antique. I am not an antique. God, I looked it up and he passed away just several days before I was born. That's how I remember. And I just was like, I was unsure if I was thinking of the right person, but I am. And it's not antique, it's vintage.
Right, vintage, sorry. But yeah,
anyway.
It's going to be, that'll be a wonderful tribute to him. So I'm really, the whole volume is going to be amazing.
Yeah. Very excited. I mean, with or without all the ones that we said are maybes, it's gonna be outrageous. And I still gotta figure out what body part we're gonna feature on the cover this time, right?
Yes.
We've been putting body parts on the covers. And
for those people paying close attention, on the back cover of each volume of Elsewhere, there is a body part, and it is a photo of one of Sarah's body parts so far. So yeah. Wait, Sarah and I keep joking.
I'm not gonna lie.
Sarah and I keep joking about how on the final volume of Elsewhere, there's gonna be a butt.
There has to be, right? Like we can't not put. Maybe we can do that thing where we squish the elbow together, and then people are gonna be, "Oh my god, you put a butt!" It's like you guys are perverts.
It's just my elbow crack.
Yeah. If you guys have any suggestions about what, like, don't be gross, but like, what suggestions? I think we've done eyes and teeth and
a hand.
The hand was my favorite. The hand was very much my favorite.
Do a foot. Get the foot passages in there.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
Get Quentin Tarantino on board with that.
Oh wow.
I'm game for most of the parts, but it has to be, something that we can actually put on the outside of a book too. So don't be gross. So yeah, that's a good Elsewhere. Not recap. Recap? What is it when you talk about it beforehand?
Preview?
Preview.
Pre-cap? Yeah. But sneak peek. Anyway. I wasn't going to say it either. Anyway, okay. Now what should we talk about? We've got a few more that we can talk about here.
Power Broker, I guess, would be next.
Yes,
and then
Power Broker. Yeah. I've got some Power Broker art.
Ooh, wow.
So Power Broker 3 is coming January. Actually, we might be running Power Broker 3 and 4 at the same time, because we didn't run Power Broker 3 this year, and we want to, make sure you guys are getting the issues in a timely fashion. So it might be 3 and 4, but these are both covers for number 3. The one on the right is a work in progress. It's Elvin Ching who did the line art, and then Hedwin Zaldivar is going to be coloring it. And of course, the one on the left is just John Kutzer. He's the one who did some of those sundering concepts you guys saw earlier.
Yes.
Yeah. So that'll be coming, and hopefully we'll have covers for issue 4 soon. Issue 3 is kind of, I'm having the biggest brain fart, but there's a huge gladiatorial fight, essentially. And because in Power Broker, people can purchase superpower augments and stuff, basically, the next step is obviously, suiting various people up with crazy augments and then having them fight each other for money, because why wouldn't they? So yeah, it's fun. It's a good time.
I'm ready. Yeah, it's gonna be fun to do the double shot, like do the issues 3 and 4, and that way everybody, like, you don't have to feel cheated, because even though we didn't give you the issue 3 this year, it's still, you get 3 and 4. That'll be pretty cool, right?
It's coming, exactly. It's going to be awesome. Oh yeah, we have, and then Unthinkables will be next, since I know people have been waiting for an update about that.
Yes. So I got a question for Mike, quick. What are you doing with all these band names? Like, are you starting all these bands? Because
Right.
it seems like every episode he comments with a band name, and I'm just like, are you collecting these and you saving them for like one epic band, or are you just like what's the dude Maynard from Tool that's just starting up 800 bands?
I feel like it'd be interesting to have a band, and then every time you perform, you have a different band name for the same band, and just confuse the shit out of people. I think it would be funny.
I think
But
I've
we
seen
didn't
that.
get your ass for copyright infringement either, because that's not our name. That was our name for a minute.
It's not anymore.
Sorry. You can't DCMA or DMCA us. All right, next, Unthinkables. Yes. Let's look at some Unthinkables art. There we go.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Yeah. So you guys,
I'm seeing all this for the first time, so I'm like, ooh, every time.
okay, well, good. I like the natural reaction to it. That's encouraging. You guys have been waiting for Unthinkables for a while. We had a big delay there. And kind of like with Power Broker, we're going to release Unthinkables number 2 and 3 early next year, hoping February. These are pages from 2, but 3 is also almost completely done, minus 1 page. So we're going to be releasing both of them at the same time with some new covers. We're going to get back on track. Issue 2 introduces Sublime, who I thought we should show because she's just awesome and terrifying. I don't want to give away too much, but
J-Man just said Unthinkables is an unlikely title I don't own yet. That's crazy. You got to keep your eye out for because I'm sure there'll be like a catch-up tier as well. There's always a catch-up tier. Well, not always.
Yeah,
but,
now's a good time to get
catch-up
number
tier.
1, and then it's like you never had the delay that everyone else had between 1 and 2. It'll be great. You'll read 1, and then 2 will come out a couple months. It's perfect.
That's a good point. And if you're gonna order it online, order it now before then, because like Thanksgiving is this fucking week. Oh my god, it's this week. And after that, like, it's balls to the wall crazy mailing shit. So like, if we can get it, if you're gonna order it and you can get it in the mail this week, then it'll come to you, soon instead of in, a month.
In an unpredictable amount of time, because the post office during the holidays.
Although I learned recently that sometimes it doesn't fucking matter if there's a Christmas rush and your mail is still gonna take 2 goddamn weeks to get to you. Thanks, Fish.
Oh, sorry.
Fish said, dude, J-Man, Unthinkables is awesome, 100%. So, like, excellent recommendation there. Thank you, Fish.
Unthinkables is kind of the way that we've been describing it is like Suicide Squad, but like what would actually happen if you let supervillains do stuff.
Suicide Squad,
it wouldn't be good. They wouldn't do the right thing.
Yeah, they wouldn't. They didn't. I didn't watch the reboot one. So was that one any better than the first one?
The Suicide? Oh, so much better.
Because I gotta watch that. I mean, I'm gonna watch all of them once. But like Suicide Squad, I was fine with only watching once because I was like, this is pretty, but it's extremely disappointing as a story.
Yeah,
it started off strong.
The Suicide Squad is written and directed by James Gunn, who did like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and it's
Better.
exactly the kind of reboot that I like, which is what I call the Wrath of Khan reboot. It uses what worked from the first film, like, oh, Harley Quinn worked. Okay, we're going to use that. Amanda Waller worked. We're going to use that. All the stuff that didn't work, we're never going to bring it up again, and we're not going to acknowledge it, and we're going to move on and introduce new things. And it just moved forward. It told its own story, much better characters. It's great. Then it also led to the HBO Max series Peacemaker, which is amazing.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to watch Peacemaker, but we still have to get HBO. I'm dragging my feet on that because I'm like, we already have 800 different fucking streaming services. Jesus
and
Christ.
they all cost so much as well. It's like...
And it's just like cable because there's like most of the stuff on there I don't want to watch. Except for Disney, because I do watch all of the Disney movies over and over and over and over and over.
I think Disney is the one I get the most out of.
Yeah. And I feel a little dirty when I say that and agree with that because also Disney is also an evil empire. So, fuck. What do you do? Anyway, let's move on to another title. We've got a couple left here, I think. Did we talk about the Surgeon yet? Did we talk about
Nope.
Surgeon? Let's talk about the Surgeon. Are you guys ready for this one? Because like this one made me shit my pants a little. So it's definitely gonna make you guys shit your pants.
Yeah, so we just released the Surgeon 5. This is the works in progress on Surgeon 6, which is the final issue in this arc. And hopefully the page on the right confuses the shit out of you because, you know, until now we've been outside, there's been like shitty wooden buildings falling apart, and yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I'm not giving away anything else.
Yeah, this guy is decked out and like clearly good technology happening there, and I see crosses. I see the little medical crosses on the boxes, which means they have medicine too. Like, what the hell's going on here? I mean,
yeah, 6 is nuts. You guys are not ready for 6.
That is such an elevator. I can hear the girl from Ipanema playing as a Muzak.
There you go.
So I had been more ready for that. I totally have that song here somewhere in our thing. Or a song. Yeah, I got elevator music. There we go. I got elevator music.
But yeah.
Close. So, all right. Whoops. And let's see. We have more stuff. We have a couple more to talk about yet. Why can't I find them? All right, which one do we want to talk about next? Because both of these are ones that we haven't really talked about much at all yet.
Cthulhu next.
Oh, I want to squish his little face.
Yeah, isn't it so cute? So, Cthulhu is hard to spell. You guys might have caught this. I think we mentioned it on 1 or 2 streams ago.
Yeah, we've talked about it a little, but not much.
We're going to be re-releasing the previously published volumes as softcover because they only exist as hardcover. We're giving them new covers. We're giving them a fresh coat of paint, and they're going to have new stories in them as well from a few different creators. The one on the left is a Javier's cover, and the one on the right is a work in progress that I got from Stan Yak. That is so cute.
It is the cutest thing ever. I took a screen grab of it so I can show it to Heidi.
It's so cute.
She loves.
So I'm
she
very
loves
excited.
Cthulhu.
It is. I can't wait to see the finished product because it is adorable. Like, when did you ever hear anybody go "aw" to a Cthulhu picture?
Regularly.
And
But yeah, that'll be.
We have at least a dozen adorable Cthulhus around the house.
Well, that is a dozen more adorable Cthulhus than I have. I'll tell you that.
But yeah, so we're going to be releasing the Kickstarter in Q1 of next year is going to be the first 3 half-size volumes, and then by half size I mean half length. I shouldn't say half size. And then we're going to release the next 3, and then in 2024-25 we're going to actually do a new run of Cthulhu is Hard to Spell that UHS is curating with new stories, brand new stories from brand new creators. So excited. And it is all ages, but like I say that with like, it's not for kids, but kids can read it because it doesn't have gore or F-bombs in it.
Oh, fuck.
You can like one of those things that like screen it first and screen it before you give it to your kids. But...
Well, I like to say like kids can read it, but I don't like to say it's not for adults. Like adults will enjoy it. Kids can just also read it safely.
Yeah.
That's
the best. That's the best kids entertainment. That's like your Pixar level where you want to be like, no, you're going to watch this movie and it's going to work on every level.
Mm-hmm.
Heidi and I may be brainstorming a concept to pitch for that one.
I'm excited.
Yes.
Okay. We have just one more to talk about, right? I'm not crazy. There's a big list of things that I'm flipping through here, and all right.
There's a lot
what the hell is
coming.
this?
So this is, as you guys can probably see, it's not in English currently. But this is something that we're working on also with Stan Yak. He wrote and drew a comic called The Province of Zombies, about a zombie apocalypse in Russia, which is, kind of its own thing. We're going to be relettering it. It's being translated as well to English, of course. And he's still working on it. I believe it's 3 issues total that are 30 plus pages each. And it's just, Stan, goodness, heads going flying, zombies getting killed, crazy action scenes. If you like Stan, you're gonna love this.
Oh yeah, this what I've seen of it so far is pretty classic Stan. So yeah, if you liked his art book, get this one when it comes out. It's not here yet. You can't buy it yet.
It's coming. Coming soon.
It'll be here. It'll be here eventually. And so like that's what we have that we can tell you about right now, because like there's other shit that's in the pipe, but we just can't talk about it yet. And so like that's probably not even like, we probably forgot something. I'm sure we did, because we have so much going on. We probably forgot something.
That's basically like the first half of 2023.
But, yeah, that covers quite a lot. We can do it. We can do a part 2 later, I guess. But this is pretty crazy. I currently, and this is just my bias for cutesy stuff, like I'm most excited about Dee's book. I am most excited about seeing yours come out. I cannot freaking wait to have a printed copy to read, so that I can laugh and ugly cry in the privacy of my own home. Because I'm telling you, Dee's book is going to make you feel all the feels.
Lots of feels.
So many feels.
Exactly. I think Stan might be tired of us making in Soviet Russia jokes, but we keep making them anyway, so.
I don't think Stan appreciates what a cultural staple the in Soviet Russia jokes are in this country.
But
he's just gonna have to deal with it. Stuck with
well,
us now.
we're hoping to get him over here in the U.S. at some point, and then maybe he'll get more acquainted with it.
Yes, Mike makes a good point. Zach would do it, so we gotta. Zach would be making. I didn't even realize how big this in Soviet Russia thing was until I met Zach, and that was like half of his jokes was the in Soviet Russia jokes. And I think isn't there in Soviet Russia jokes in Super? I think there is at some point. I don't know if it's a tagline for a cover or what, but they exist in there. They absolutely do.
Yes.
Fish had something to say here. Speaking of art books, my wife just gave me a Kim Jung, I don't know how to say the name correctly, sketchbook. Freaking out and flipping while watching. I want to see. Do you got pics? But yeah, sounds exciting. I love art books.
Ditto.
Fun. I don't know. Like I like non-artists. I don't know if it's an art thing. Like, do artists appreciate art books more than non-artists?
Oh, I love art
I've got a ton of them. I love them.
I don't have enough art books.
Especially anything that shows you like behind the scenes stuff, or like those beautiful IDW artist editions where you can see like the whiteout and the blue lines and the erasing notes, and I love that.
Yeah, I
Love
like
those. It's so cool, and to watch video of it too, like to see the process, watching it come together. If you blink, you'll miss it.
I also love those DC.
He posted some on Facebook.
Nice.
I will look.
I also love those. I know DC published a bunch in hardcover. I think they called them Unwrapped, where it was like hardcovers of just the pencils from certain issues. They did one for the Court of Owls arc. It was all Greg Capullo's pencils, and it's just so beautiful. I love stuff like that.
Very cool.
I'm trying to design a mask at the moment, like a tribal masky thing. Can I show a kind of brief thing of it, Laurie?
Yeah,
No.
It's thundering. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a kind
Hang
of.
on, I'll make you solo here. Make you big screen. There we go.
You see?
Yeah, there you go.
Cool. Oh, creepy that you can see the eyes through.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I don't know if it will get approved, but we'll see. I'm gonna blind myself now.
I think you should hang on to it even if it doesn't, because it looks really cool. And
Oh yeah, I mean like the one that kind of didn't quite work out. I'm gonna keep that one as well because that one's really cool.
It is.
Yeah.
indeed.
I always keep stuff like that. It comes in super handy for some other project you'll be working on and be like, yoink.
Yeah, it was a good drawing, but it was just a bit like more post-apocalyptic Mad Maxy sort of thing than we were really going for. So it's just kind of in the saved pile for now. But it was quite cool.
It is. Okay. So I think, yeah, that's for the first few months anyway of 2023.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm sure we forgot stuff. You just gotta watch the social media, I guess. And if that even works anymore, because all the social medias get nuked all the time. So how dare you post on your business page without paying Facebook?
Right.
Yeah.
Check the UHS page for updates, or check our Facebook pages, and yeah, there's going to be
see you on Facebook, on Twitter, Mastodon, Hive.
Yeah.
What is Hive? Everybody today, I swear to God, today was like a mass signing up for Hive thing, and I don't even know what Hive is. Is it like a Twitter thing? What is Hive?
It's annoying, and it only seems to be on. It seems to only be on my phone, and I downloaded the stupid thing, and now I'm on Hive too.
It's too many things.
Yeah, on one hand,
like not break them for a while. Like, please don't break Facebook. Yeah. I don't like get used to other things very easily. So
yeah, like on one hand, I'm very excited about alternatives to the companies that are trying to force us to pay in order to get our shit seen. But on the other hand, that's more shit that I gotta sign up for. And do you know how many passwords that is? There's so many passwords. And I had to get a password management system, and I never wanted that. I wanted to just be able to use it, like my system, and now I have to use like the auto-generated gobbledygook passwords because I can't. I don't like it. But also, if if the things like Mastodon and Hive take off, that means that we can ditch the things like Twitter and Facebook eventually, right? Excited about that prospect. But
Until someone ruins them too.
Somewhere your comment is making Tom from Facebook cry.
Oh, I forgot Tom's face.
MySpace. Tom is on MySpace.
I killed the joke entirely. I was so busy trying to line up to look at you, I got the whole thing wrong.
I'm sorry. But it's I mean, there was a point at which Tom was everybody's friend.
Yeah.
So he's kind of Facebook.
MySpace still exists. Is it still like out there?
I don't know. Let's find out. We already went over time. I'm gonna go myspace.com.
It's probably still got like
it
a
does
very
still
old
exist, but it's weird and way different. It looks like it's a music thing now. It's a music. Yeah, this is all music stuff. This must be where the musicians go to. Interesting.
Musician social media.
I kind of miss having like the ability to play music on your profile though that MySpace had. Just like
yeah, that was kind of fun.
Yeah. When you're an edgy teenager and you want people to know what you listen to.
Yes.
Yeah, you got us. Oh, Jesus. Well, yeah. So I guess that's it for tonight. I don't think that we have much more because I sure as shit don't remember anything else to talk about, and we're already over time. So we should just go. It's time to go, right? We've overstayed. This is like a Midwest goodbye.
Right. Well, hopefully we showed everyone some pretty exciting stuff coming up.
Yeah. Tell your friends, show your friends this live stream and all the cool shit we got happening, and stay tuned because there'll be more cool shit. Good times. These books coming. It's gonna be awesome. Katie's coloring it. Lori's editing
because
it.
Remember, in Soviet Russia, D finds you.
Yes, there you go.
All right. I can't top that. So yeah, everybody have a wonderful evening, and hopefully we'll see y'all next week. Yes.
Happy whatever.
Oh shit! That's fuck. Yeah. Bye.
Happy stuff.
Happy stuff your face. Bye.
Bye.